Artists come in all shapes and sizes, and their work can be found in museums, galleries, street corners, even right under our noses.
Literally. Our next guest knows a thing or two about creativity. You may have seen him on the Uptown 6 train headed to the Bronx, sitting right across from me with a sketch pad.
I kept looking for him.
I know.
I kept looking for him.
We ride that 6 a lot.
Dang, that sketch pad and that talent has brought that Bronxite out of the subway car and into the art world with a fresh pair of eyes. Devon Rodriguez is known on TikTok as the Subway Drawer. His videos have garnered millions of views, attracting people from all over the world.
And we are so lucky because he is joining us right now. There he is. To talk about his solo art exhibit happening right here in NYC. Devon, it is such a pleasure and an honor.
Thank you.
To have you sitting here.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
We've
been trying to get you on the show.
We were trying to get you on the show for forever. We were literally, I know, I'd see your stuff, and then you had an installation literally across the street from the studio, and we were like, and then you got so big and huge and famous, I couldn't get through your handlers. But like a true Bronxite, dare I say Latino, you never forget where you come from.
Of course.
Not that it's going to keep you there, but you remember it.
Of course.
How does that figure into your story of becoming an artist?
It was just like motivation. Like I grew up in the South Bronx. I grew up in poverty. I grew up, you know, welfare and food stamps, and that always like motivated like me. Like that's not gonna stop me. I could do whatever I want, and I always loved to draw, and I always had these grandiose visions of like, oh, I'm gonna be this big artist, and I don't know where it came from because I grew up with like 5 people in one little room, and I saw a bunch of, you know, violence and witnessed the worst of the worst, and somehow, you know, made it out. So.
Now, for those who haven't seen it, I just watched it for the first time. You have a sort of origin story video on your TikTok, so go check it out because it's truly incredible. I was tearing up here. But just to take her question a step further, obviously it was not smooth seas for you up until this point. I know you still probably have battles. They're different than what the battles used to look like. So what was the internal motivation or inspiration that was able to keep you driving, to allow you to put the blinders on and kind of block out the noise, and no matter what was being thrown at you, to get to where you are right now? Because it's truly incredible.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I had some blessing where, like, in the back of my mind, I always thought, like, I'm gonna make it no matter what. And also, my grandma helped me. You know, I grew up in, like, a broken home, and so my grandma saved me when I was 14. So my grandma's very religious, so when I got to her house, it was always, like, a meal on the table, you know, come back, do your homework, focus on your drawing, Devon, because that's what's gonna take you far. And like, she always helped me, so yeah.
It's
shout out to your grandma.
Shout out to your grandma, and I gotta tell you, all the grandmas, my mother is a grandma, and I know she has saved the day for a lot of her grandchildren. So we first noticed you were already doing the thing, but you were on the train, and it was during the pandemic, is that correct?
Yeah.
So did you always walk around with a sketchbook and a pencil?
Yeah, so I always drew people like my entire life. I always loved to draw. That's all I cared about and all I knew.
Just figures. You weren't drawing like
fruit,
a flower thing or a.
In the beginning, I was doing graffiti, and because that's what I saw around me, and that's what I was inspired by.
Crew, shout out what you do.
Yeah, and I got arrested when I was 14, and then I was like, you know what? I should not be. I wanted an artistic lifestyle, but I didn't want. I
should not get arrested.
Yeah, I should not be getting arrested.
Out here as a free man.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the sign, and then I went to the High School of Art and Design, and I met a teacher there, and he did portraiture, and then it changed my life ever since then. I was like, I'm gonna focus on portrait. I just never seen that before. You know, when I saw it, I was like, oh, let me go with this. Like, this is beautiful to capture, like, people's souls and humanity. And then on the train, you know, a sketchbook. I would get a sketchbook from my teacher. A pencil was like very cheap, and then I got a free school Metro card, so it was very accessible. There's no like gatekeeping. Like I need some rich parents. I could just draw, and it's like, yeah.
Was everybody? What was that? I mean, did first of all, did some people notice quicker than others? I'd imagine. When I'm on the 6 train, I got my AirPods in, whether I'm listening to music or not, and I'm zoned out. Like I'm probably taking a nap with my eyes open. What was people's reactions to you drawing them? Was it mostly positive? Did you have some people that were like, oh my God, what are you doing?
Was this weird?
Yeah, some people think it's weird as hell, like the creepiest thing, and then, but most people think it's like amazing, and then now a lot of people even know me, and they'll be like, oh, that's the guy from TikTok.
That's the guy, that's the guy.
Yeah.
And now, what was it like for you? What was going on in your head when you first saw that your TikTok went viral? What was that reaction?
It was a dream come true. I was like, this is all I ever wanted in my whole entire life.
Wow.
If I didn't make it in this, you know, I don't know what I'll be doing because I don't know how to do anything else. And I remember when it first went viral, the first video had 5 million views, and then
God.
I went from 1,000 followers to 100,000 in a day, and I knocked on my grandma's door like, abuela, soy famoso, yo soy famoso, like, and she's like, ¿cómo tú sabes? I'm like, because.
¿Cómo di que famoso?
I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
todo va a cambiar, like, yo te voy a ayudar, voy a pagar la renta,
You're
yo
gonna
te
help, you're
tengo.
gonna pay your rent. Yeah.
I actually understood all of that, just for everybody who was watching at home.
She's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So what was your most? So you went from just the casual observer of just the commuter, The Rock. You've sketched the President of the United States, President Biden, 21 Savage,
Ed Sheeran we saw in the clips. Hello.
You must be getting requests.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I've been getting a few requests.
How did you end up
Yeah,
at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue?
President Biden, did he sit for this, or did you look at a picture?
Oh, I looked at a picture and
looked at a
then
picture.
came in and we met and shook hands. It was an honor, honestly. I never thought from drawing everyday people on the subway that it would get all the way to the top to the president. And, you know, my agency pitched the idea to the White House, and he loved it, and he wanted to be a part of it.
Well,
And,
who wouldn't?
I mean, President Biden it's crazy. It's mind-blowing.
You see?
And
how
now
the
from
world
that,
comes full circle. Oh my
exactly.
gosh.
You have your first solo art exhibit, which is huge. It's called.
On September 6th.
There
I
we
said,
go.
why
His
September
shirt.
6th? I
It's
love
called
it.
Underground, and it's in me and Chelsea. So what can we expect?
So I always wanted to go beyond my horizons of the Bronx. So for the first time, I went overseas. I captured humanity in Europe. I went to Paris, London, and Barcelona. On all the trains, I started capturing humanity over there, taking photos of strangers. Then I came back to New York, painted 12 paintings, and it's called Underground because, of course, the people are underground in the train, but also I feel like I'm popular as a social media artist, but in that like art world industry, I'm very underground, and it's like a very gate-kept thing. So it's like a double meaning.
I love what you did there. I totally get it.
This is something to behold. Was there ever an artist that you admired, or you were like, you know what, I really like that
In any
Picasso
medium,
guy.
too, yeah.
Or yeah.
So I really never came up like educated in the art world, like going to museums. So I just was inspired by my art teachers in school. So
Shout out to
The everyday
humans
heroes,
doing
okay?
the work.
Yeah.
Devon, this has been such a pleasure.
yeah, thank you so much.
So proud of you.
September 6th.
I know where I'm going to be September 6th.
September
Read the man's shirt,
Listen,
okay? His art
Please
exhibit.
come by, everybody.
I was going to say, even if you don't invite me, I'm going.
She'll
Oh
show
yeah, no,
up.
you're invited.
And
Everyone's
she'll show up in
invited.
her painting suit.
Look, I wore my painting jumpsuit just for you.
All the viewers, please come through.
Don't you? I have a feeling you're not going to have any problems.
There's going to be a line to get in.
I like
okay?
to
So
make
get there
sure.
early.
You never know.
I love this guy. So
Abuela's
humble.
doing her rosario as we speak.
Yep, she is. She is.
Underground next Wednesday is open to the public. So, as we are known to say, run, don't walk.
Run, don't walk.